Hey guys,
All
this is
right. What's
Rich from Faces for Radio, and
John
I'm
from
here.
Pairs of Spirits? Oh, no fancy stuff tonight, guys. No fancy
Mhm.
stuff tonight. Appreciate everybody showing up. It's
You all know why we're here.
yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody knows why
Um,
we're here. It's not the greatest of news. Me and Rich wanted to come on and share with everybody the news, not the bad news. If everybody knows, we me and Rich have been doing shows together with our good pal Dave, and he was fighting cancer since late July, early August, and he decided to go to sleep Monday night and not wake up Tuesday morning. Um, and we lost him. We lost a good one.
yeah, my brother, man.
Words can't describe what that man meant to me. Shit, he. The thing is, he's the one I go to for talking about shit like this. So,
Yep, we
Dave
leaned on him so much.
Dave was known as the family man, and I can tell you one thing for sure is that man was unmeasurable with his love for his wife and his kids and his grandchildren. He loved them so much. Like everything, everything revolved around his family. Yeah, he loved doing his shows. He loved doing his faces for radio. He loved doing the spirits for spirits, and there was nothing more than he loved than his wife Leona and his kids Eric, David, Amanda, shit, even Kaylee, his adopted daughter. Uh, it was a big loss. It's a big loss for this world. For this world, that man was so infectious with everybody he met. He could be in the middle of a grocery store and have a conversation with someone in the grocery store. And I guarantee that person thought about him, months later, probably a year later. He's like, man, I guarantee there's someone today, right now, that met Dave last year at this time at a grocery store and went, you remember that guy that just we started talking to in the grocery store line? Dude,
Yeah,
yeah, Chris, he was a huge found footage fan. He he loved found footage movies. We would talk about found footage movies all the time. Holly, it's so good to see you coming on. Uh she This is a hard one, guys.
yeah. Um, I I've been dreading this, all day. Because there's no words. Um, John summed it up perfectly. He was awesome. He was amazing, and a brother that I never knew I wanted or needed until one day popped on his live feed and he said, "Hey, you want to join me?" And then the rest is history. I remember going through stuff, just texting him and leaning on him. Gonna miss him.
That's an understatement. I man, I do want to thank Scare Network for reaching out. Billy and those guys are fucking amazing.
Oh, that's awesome. And thank you
Uh,
guys all for being here.
yeah,
I thank you for all the messages. Sorry I didn't respond right away, just because it's hard to come up with the words. Um, but I appreciate everyone that's here, all the messages again. Thank you so much.
yeah, I love
That
support
ain't
you
no
guys.
lie. Yeah. I don't know if you guys what's up, KB? Thank you. Um Dave was an important person in this community. He was, yeah, he did, man. I loved. We were just talking backstage how much he loved his family. Um, no matter what, his family was always first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. he loved his family so much he would annoy the hell out of them.
You know
Like,
what's funny
fucking leave me
is
alone.
is the way he would rib his wife. We would be backstage, and just I loved that. I loved the banner they had between each other. Even his daughter when she was there,
Oh,
and and you see one of his grandkids right there.
oh
His
yeah.
granddaughter um, was. I love
Piper.
that.
Oh yeah. Dave. I don't even know how to explain Dave. I mean, it's and the
Yeah,
loss that we have right now. And I'm not a big
right.
mourner. I'm not a big mourner. I don't like to mourn death. But this one's gonna be hard for me. I I'm trying to figure out how to celebrate his life. And I think this is
Hmm.
one of the things that we get to do, right? We get to come on here, see this community that fucking loved him
Yeah,
and, and talk about Dave. I mean, one of my favorite moments. I mean, I've had a lot of good moments with Dave on the show, and we're like stomach hurt laughing with shit that we were saying to each other.
I'll never
But
forget the one that he was fucking loaded on the show, and I'm watching it, and I was like, I wonder if he realized that the camera's still on him, or he's still live, because he's picking his nose, laughing his ass off.
oh man,
Oh, that was so funny. Just,
oh,
oh, yeah.
if you guys haven't seen season 3, episode 7, where we talk about the Ozark Howler, and we're sitting there and we're talking about the sound that the Ozark Howler makes. And we're sitting there talking, we're drinking. We're halfway through the show. And this is when we did long shows. Like we're doing 3-hour shows talking about multiple cryptids at one time. We didn't start doing that till halfway, doing one at a time till halfway through season 3. So we did some really long shows. So especially me, because I would drink during the show. Dave would sip. I would drink during the show. There's a few times Dave drank, and then we were both drunk together, and then we had to stop the show because one of us had to be kind of sober. But we were sitting there, and we're talking about the Ozark Howler. We're talking about the sound this make, which is a cross between a wolf, an elk, and a hyena. And I said, "Can you imagine what that sounds like in your head?" And Dave goes, "Yeah, of course. I can say, yeah, I could totally picture it." And you can see he wants to do the sound, like he wants to do it. He goes, "I haven't drank that enough. I'm not gonna try it." And literally, like 5 seconds later, he's like, "Hold on, I'm gonna give it a try." And I had to put my beer down because I knew what was gonna happen. And he came out with this sound, and he went,
You're right, caveman.
and I fell out laughing. He kept trying to do it. He's falling out laughing. Oh my god! It took the whole show. There was this picture of the Ozark Howler that was animated, and it went perfect with the sound that he was making. Oh my god! Tears from crying so hard. My stomach, I felt like I did like 200 crunches. We were just laughing so freaking hard, and the shirt that I made for him for the Spirits of Spirits. I don't know if you ever seen it. He wears it on our show. The whole back is nothing but ease down. He's like, "That's fucked up, bro." I was like, "Dude, you have no idea how much that moment was so fucking awesome." But that's who Dave was, man. He was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna try it," and I mean, why
No, he
up with him?
didn't.
Dave,
Unfortunately, he did not.
oh, he's a bakla.
No, he did not teach me any Filipino words. I think one night he tried. I was like, yeah, I can't even speak Spanish. I ain't gonna be able to speak. I'm the most generic Mexican there is. I can't speak Spanish. Uh, so there's no way I can speak Filipino.
I learned
Yeah,
a little bit from when I was a kid, but
there's
when
just so
I first,
many moments. I remember backstage with Dave before we go live, we'd have to stop, compose ourselves before we go live
oh,
because we'd be laughing. Um, yeah, I wish they could all come to mind right now, but unfortunately they can't. There's just,
that's
I
right,
mean,
Prince. Dude, it's uh,
yeah, you were wrestling with him, Mike, right? You were in wrestling with him.
yeah,
And
my
there's
Mike's
look at all these people here. We appreciate you guys. Um, I know for me, um, D- we both talked about David. We want to continue us to continue doing this, and I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna continue doing Faces for Radio. Don't know when, because I got to be ready. Because as you see, I'm an emotional person. I cry all the time. Them all make fun of me, so I'm a crier. I'm in it.
yeah, Michael is
Oh, okay. I'm
probably
sorry.
Michael. I was gonna say that's the wrong Michael.
That's the wrong Michael. See, I'm
Michael,
sorry.
I miss you too, bro. I remember this. If I had to say, Dave had a best friend in this world, like the friend that Matt.
Oh, he's freezing. Um, while he's froze. Yeah, man. I mean, I would stick my foot. I stick my foot in my mouth all the time. And
Michael, did I freeze?
yeah, you froze.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was just saying, Michael's probably his number one friend in the world, man. Those guys were glued to each other when I first met
What's
Dave.
up, Harrison?
Um, like 30. I've known Dave for 34 years, maybe 35. I can't remember if I was 12 or 13 when I first met Dave. But that was pretty much the same time I met Michael too, because they were always together. Him, Michael, Dash, Kevin, always together, always together. And they used to have fun playing hacky. I remember playing hacky sack with them in the park, and
He's about that age. Yep. I remember doing that when I was that age. Um, yeah.
oh, and the Dave had this passion for martial arts back then too. And I mean, he still did, but like, he was like really into it. And then Shotokan, he loved talking about Shotokan and that martial art. And we'd sit there and spar as little kid, as I was a little kid, but it was fun sparring with him because I was a huge martial arts practitioner myself. And then he got into always. I I I think I watched more WWE with Dave than I watched with anybody in my life. Back that time it was WWF, but
Yeah.
we're we had SummerSlams, WrestleManias that are always at my house. Dave was always there. I mean, they were always there.
That's
It
awesome.
was great. Uh, I
I didn't know him that long. I want to say maybe 4 years, but it felt longer because of just the bond. Um, it's
yeah,
yeah. I mean, I remember Grant brings this up here. His high five was Sunny. This that's one of my favorite shows that we've ever done. Me and him talked about it all the time, and I know he was excited to have Grant and Sunny back on. If you're not familiar with that episode, I forget what episode it was. It's a high five, but I forget what number. Um, Grant was the guest, and then he brought this infectious, most adorable little girl on the show. She was like the sweetest, and we all just were like fell in love with her because she was just like a breath of fresh air. Just her take on the movies. And I remember talking to Dave, and we both were like, we got to have her back on, get her parents' permission. Um, she was just this sweet little girl, and Dave loved her. We were excited for her to come back on. I think she was supposed to come on this past summer, but of course he was sick.
yeah. I was there, man.
Yeah, you were. You were actually there. You were supposed to go on
We were
A
we had
live
we had a huge
investigation.
huge huge trip planned out. It was originally supposed to be me and my wife, but that whole shit happened. And so I went out there by myself because I wasn't letting that ruin my trip.
Yeah.
Me and Dave had this huge plan. We're gonna do had a huge investigation lined up. We were gonna stop by where James Dean died and got in a car crash at the tree because it was on the way to the beach. We're gonna go spend some time at the beach. And then I got there Friday and you could tell he was having some difficulties. Oh, excuse me. But he was so amped up seeing me, and I was amped up for seeing him and Leon. And then Saturday we tried going out, and he was like, "Man, I think I need to go to the doctor." So we went to the doctor, and I spent my whole time, you know, a couple days I stayed back at the house, just let Leona have some private time with him, but it was so good. Oh, David was
Yeah. I love talking wrestling. We did a couple wrestling shows together, and that was a plan, is to do all the big events together.
yeah,
And but he loved talking wrestling. I love listening to him talk wrestling.
yeah. Actually, we went and saw David right when I got off the plane. We went to his job and saw him because he was talking about how he hoped to see me. I was like, no, you're going to see me. I'm gonna be there for a fucking week. Uh, he, hey, I appreciate you coming
Yeah,
on.
we appreciate you. Yeah.
I've been meaning to get in touch with you and Eric and
I am
Amanda.
so sorry for your loss, man. No words, nothing I can say. But it says I'm praying for you and your family.
I I've been hurting. I didn't know how to talk to you guys yet. Honestly, it's hard talking with your mom right now. So, I'm gonna miss him so fucking much, man. I just,
Mhm. You know, I was watching the very first time I was on screen with him. Um, Shout out to 4KD Ray. We did a Steelbook challenge on his channel, and I was just watching that
no,
today.
no longer in pain.
Um, and it just brought so much memory and laughs, just seeing him on screen and just him being him made me laugh a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, David. I still, I still look at my phone when I get up to see what he sent me on Instagram or on TikTok for some crazy paranormal shit or just some random stupid question that he fucking has or
Yeah,
idea
he
that
did.
he wants to try. Yeah, I was talking about that at the beginning here, Dave. He's such an infectious person, man.
Mhm.
He's that guy that when he shows up at the party just gets better. I mean, he's that guy, man. He don't get me wrong. I've seen Dave down and mad and not happy. It was very very rare, man. That guy knew how to smile through just about everything. And even on fucking last time when I talked to him Saturday night into Sunday morning. For me, Sunday morning, it was still Saturday night for them. He was still laughing, and we're trying to giving me shit about fucking him not being able to watch the Seahawks last time because my NFL Sunday ticket wasn't working. uh, that's just man. I couldn't believe it, man. Oh yeah, you can make him mad. If there's anybody in this world that can make their parents mad, it's always going to be their kids.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But the love he had for you guys is unmeasurable.
I loved
Um,
when he would just the look in his eyes when he was talking about his kids, and his granddaughter, that he brought on screen. He shared with us. Um, just you could just see the love he has for him.
oh, dude, he would gently brag about his kids. Like we'd be talking, and he would just like throw in this little tiny brag about his kids and
Right, bro.
how awesome they were.
What's up, man?
Wilkie,
He
you were
made
absolutely right, man. I've been watching our fucking reruns nonstop almost for the last 2 days.
I,
There's Sister Nara. Thanks for showing up.
trying to
He
get
would
through all
not
these.
gently brag about himself, David. In fact, we give each other shit about being a low conceited today. All right.
Yeah.
But you know what? One of my favorite things about Dave and I do the same thing, man, is we knew how to laugh at each other. Like we knew how to laugh at ourselves and make jokes about ourselves and not take each other so goddamn serious. He would just, and I love that about him. It was, I think, why we got along so well is we can call bullshit on each other. We didn't have a problem having a difference of opinion. We knew how to talk, even if we seemed like we were yelling at each other. We were literally just talking because we were passionate about what we were talking about. He was just that guy, man. About as subtle as a gun. Absolutely. He was just, for those that got to meet him, whether it be in life or through the podcasts that we do or the Instagram or wrestling or just fucking walking into a fucking store one day. Next thing you know, you had a fucking best friend.
Yeah.
He was worth every second talking to.
The regret I have right this very second is not being able to meet him in person. I wish I could have gave him a hug. Because I know we were talking about meeting up in Pennsylvania for something. I forget what it was.
That was gonna be our trip, man.
Yeah, I remember. I got so excited.
We were supposed to go there end of last month.
Yeah, you're right. That's what it was.
We were gonna go to Gettysburg Paranormal Con.
Yeah,
have a booth there, do our show live from there, help out Scare Network at their booth, and hit Gettysburg on our off time and meet up with you. And
yeah, I was so I remember he mentioned it. I was so excited.
He was such a good hugger.
Yeah, dude, he's my. I keep saying he's my brother because that's what he was. Blood doesn't mean anything. It's
that's just all relative, man. You know, that's.
You're right, Grant.
Dude, he hated musicals and anything with talking animals. I don't know what it was, but he fucking hated talking animal shows. Dude, I would recommend movies for him. He's like, fuck, I ain't watching that.
I wish.
Man, you watch Barbie. You can watch this.
Yeah, he was the best. I wish I could have got him to watch A West Side Story. That's my only regret. Or La La Land. I wanted him to watch one of those two, but we never got to it. I had the opportunity and I wussed out because I didn't want to punish him.
Okay, I appreciate you being up there with Leona. I'm sorry for your loss too.
Yeah,
I know.
We're sorry.
I know what that man meant to you. People bursting the song and animals talking were stupid. Yeah, they were, which is funny because we had Spirits karaoke just about every show. He would burst into song all the fucking time, but he hated musicals. Oh,
yeah, we were this close, just a titty hair short.
I was shocked that he said he was going to watch Mean Girls too.
Yeah, I
I
was
was
too. Well,
shocked.
we didn't have a choice. It was the
Yeah.
audience pick. They wanted to punish us to watch that.
You only watch the musicals because well, yeah, David, you are the music man. You that was kind of one of his brags is about you, the way how good you were dancing and choreographing and singing. You were his showman. Uh, man. Yeah, he
Yeah, yeah.
like
I know he.
I was shocked that he was saying he was gonna watch the new Joker.
Yeah,
I was like,
and
really?
that shit sucked. That was terrible.
I haven't watched it, refused to watch it, and found as soon as
Yeah,
I found out it was gonna be a musical, I was like, nope.
it's not even really a musical. It's just like they threw music in. It's the
Yeah,
music adds nothing to the story.
yeah. And he was man, it's crazy because he was
I do
I
remember
was
that.
Saturday I was talking about him watching the movie Trap. I was like, have you
Yeah,
watched that? He's like, Trap just came out on HBO Max. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna watch it Sunday after football. I was like, awesome. I know
thanks for being here.
you talked about it before about how it felt like a movie just made for his daughter, M. Night Shyamalan's daughter to get her musical career going. But it
Hmm.
was a good movie, and I told him that I was like, dude, it's actually pretty fucking good. I like
I
the
think he
whole.
would have liked it. Yeah.
It's not a musical.
No,
Yeah, they show singing, yeah, but it's mostly background stuff. I mean,
it's on stage thing, like performance. It's not.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I appreciate you coming in and stopping in. I love you. Uh,
You know, I hate people. I do. But and that sounded really bad the way I said that. Oh,
oh,
my AirPod.
lost
Oh,
his
my
camera.
AirPod fell out. Sorry.
You lost your whole camera, bro.
I'm
You're a
sorry.
black
My,
screen.
my AirPod fell out. But he got me to do this weekly and got me to come out of my bubble because I'm really not very out. I guess I won't say I'm not very outgoing, but he got me to jump into this community head first. So I owe him that.
Okay, well, it's kind of funny. I'm the one that got him to do it. Like he was like, I don't know how to do this. I'm like, bro, you just got to talk. And I was like,
Yeah.
because we're just
That came out wrong, guys. I swear it did. Uh,
uh
I, it was-
because I mean he tried doing the 4K lowdown by himself, and he's like, I just can't do it. I was like, bro, and I was like, well, and that's kind of the thing. I was like, man, you're getting all kinds of practice now, man. You join Spirits of Spirits. I mean, uh he was so worried about doing it on his own, and I was like, bro, you can do it. And that's when 4K lowdown, that's when I started. I was like, bro, I'll come on there with you. And then so we started doing it together, and I was like, bro, I can't fucking do it. It's fucking killing me. and then Rich showed up. I was like, oh, thank God.
I remember those early, I forget what we were even calling them, but we'd go 3, 4 hours and we'd go on Monday nights and I work on Mondays. I work Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 12-hour days. And we'd go to like 1 or 2 in the morning. And sometimes I'd been up for like 24 hours by the time we got done, 25 hours by the time we
Oh
got
yeah.
done. But those early days were marathons.
Oh yeah, easily. And you're right, Michael. He was so good at getting people to come out of their show. So good.
I think, John, how did you first meet? I don't know if you told it yet. How did you meet David?
My first encounter with Dave, honestly, was actually in my front yard. Um, kind of standoffish. It was actually during fucking hacky sack. Uh, Dave, Dash, I believe Michael was actually there too. Kevin, Nara, they all came over. I don't even remember what the fucking event was, but we were all just out there playing hacky sack, man. And I was like, who the hell is this fucker? And, you got this short little redheaded dude fucking dressed up like he's part fucking the fifth member of New Kids on the Block. And I'm like, but he, even at that fucking point in time, he always smiling, always laughing. And it was crazy because, like, we didn't really talk that much because, he's 7 years older than me. But I always hung out with the older crowd because I like to hang out with my brothers. I like their friends, and Dave was part of that. And we were just kicking back, and then the big thing where me and Dave really connected is because I also, tell you the truth, I thought it was crazy. I thought it was crazy when I was a kid because nobody believed me at first when I told them shit,
Yeah, I remember
and
this.
then I think it was New Year. It was the New Year's Eve party that same fucking year, and everybody was either in the garage or outside, and or even inside the house itself, and I was sitting there, and Dave came walking out down the hallway, and he looks at me because we haven't really talked. I mean, we've talked and bullshitted, but like not real conversations because here I'm just a young fucking kid who wants to sit there and have a 2-hour conversation with a young fucking kid. But he goes, "Hey man, I don't mean to freak you out, but who the fuck is this guy?" And just describes Top Hat. And I looked at him, and he thought I was gonna act like he was crazy. And the first day I came, I was like, "You fucking see him too?" And from that day on, we sat there and just sat there and talked and talked and talked, and we talked about paranormal, we talked about wrestling, we talked about martial arts, and and that's just where it began. And then, I mean, we anytime he come over, we'd hang out, we'd fucking talk, or if I was hanging out with my brothers or Dash or Kevin or them, and we would end up over at his place, and fucking we just sit there and have conversations. Like everybody be doing their thing, going to smoke some weed or whatnot, and me and him would just sit there and fucking talk and talk and fucking talk and talk and talk. Like you never got tired of talking with Dave.
No,
This shit,
no.
and like I hadn't. It was crazy because like I helped him move down to L.A. right there at Christmas time. When they finally Dave got a job offer down there, and he kind of left the hospitality business a little bit, and we went down. We moved him down there, and Leon and the kids hadn't been down there. He had to come back up and get Leon and the kids, but in fact, the last time I saw Michael was at fucking Eric and Dave's birthday at the park. But we moved him down there, and then I hadn't seen him, or I mean, I talked to him a little bit online, and and we did. We started Superior Wars on Facebook, and we would bullshit online a little bit, but never like the conversations that we used to have. And then I started the podcast up, and he would show up on the podcast every once in a while because me and my cousins started this originally. And then my cousin bowed out, and I revamped the show, was doing it solo, and that was fucking hard talking. And again, I was still doing 3-hour shows by myself. And Dave would be on there, and he'd be putting his 2 cents in, and of course the little bit of followers I had, they come up, put their 2 cents in. I was like, dude, I can't do this on my own anymore. It's just too hard. And I just put it out there, and he's like, dude, I'll join the fucking show. I was like, don't be fucking with me because you'd be perfect. And he's like, hell no, let's go. And fucking next thing I know, we were back to talking to each other every fucking day again. And then we take, I'm not the social creature like Dave is. So
Yeah,
I can go a month without talking to somebody. It's really easy for me. Literally, I could talk to nobody for a month. I don't have a problem being in isolation. But again, Dave fucking would hit me up almost every day with a fucking message on Instagram, and I would talk to him on Instagram and be like, wow, that's fucking cool. And we'd bullshit on Messenger. But that's just who he was, man. He would just make you talk to him.
and he had a great sense when he knew something was wrong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he knew.
He would call me before I told him something was wrong. He'd be like, hey dude, what's up? I'm like, motherfucker, stop it.
Yeah, he always felt like he knew when something was up.
Yeah.
For me, it was a simple message on Instagram. I've gone through the story 100 times. It's gonna be 101 now. He shot me a message. I didn't know who the hell he was. He goes, I want to battle you on D-Rays. collection battle, and I was like, well, you got to ask him. I don't know who you are. This is not up to me. So I hit D-Ray. I said, man, I got this dude hitting me up saying he wants to battle with me, and I don't. This is not my place. And lo and behold, D-Ray sets it up, and then rest is history.
Yeah. He's that's just who he was, man. He
Hmm.
had this way of just making you listen to him.
Yeah,
He had this way of just making you listen to him. It's crazy. Uh and he could just sit there and talk.
I had a blast doing them, and I'm gonna continue by the numbers. I just don't know when. I don't know because I'm not gonna let that go away because he loved it and I love doing it with him. It may just
That,
take me
that's
a
the
little
thing.
bit.
He loved doing this so much.
You did.
He loved doing this so much. I mean, besides his family, I mean, he loved the paranormal. He loved, and of course, loved movies. Dude has like 17 million fucking movies in his house. Uh,
What's
uh,
up, Dell?
he loved doing this,
You did.
and he wouldn't, and I wouldn't either. Like if this situation was totally reversed, I would want Dave to continue doing this.
What's up, Jay?
He would want you to keep doing this.
I'm not gonna let it go away because I don't want people because social media is flash in the pan. I don't want people to forget Dave because I will never forget Dave.
No, yeah. Once Dave makes his way into your life, there's no forgetting him.
I stumbled upon the show. Rich said something stupid. I made fun of him, and Dave laughed. I kept coming back. That's pretty much. That's pretty much it,
That's
man.
pretty much how it
That's pretty
works.
much it. Yeah, that pretty much how it was. But I think
Oh,
Dave set me up too, just because he knows I'd say stick my foot in my mouth.
it wasn't hard, Rich. It wasn't hard.
No, it wasn't very hard. I wish I would have met him too. That's one of my biggest regrets.
uh,
Dude, I'm telling you, Dave made me. I can't watch a fucking movie now without mentally doing the numbers in my head.
yeah,
See, he forever.
yeah. I through all my
What's
research,
up,
like
Michael?
every time I'm sitting there looking up a fucking haunted location or a cryptid or a haunted object, or fuck, man.
Thank you.
We were going to talk about conspiracies next season, and we had some fucking amazing conspiracies. And I was just waiting to hear Dave and me argue about these conspiracies. uh, family ghosts and movies, man.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
who he was, David. He and spirits will continue.
Thank you.
It's never going to be the same. It'll never be the same. I don't even know. Maybe one day I'll have someone sitting next to me to help me do it. But for now, and I don't even know when I'm going to start it back up. I don't know.
We just gotta take our time when we're ready. Like you said in the green room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I didn't think it was very good.
It's man.
Yeah, wrestling. Yeah,
Dude, he did love wrestling. He wasn't so big on it anymore, but man,
right.
he loved it to the point where he went and had a little career stint in wrestling. I mean, it was amazing. I was
Dude,
like,
I was
holy
sitting here
shit,
like this when he would tell me wrestling story. I would eat that shit because I love pro wrestling, and when he would tell them stories, I just like a little kid.
I remember when I heard about Dave's doing wrestling, he's reffing and wrestling in some. I was all, fuck, he fucking did it. That's fucking UPW.
Yep.
And there's another family that fucking loved him, man. Again, he was just infectious.
He was. He really was.
You can't help but like that guy, let alone love that guy. I mean,
yeah.
It's man, I love that man.
Yeah.
That's
I told him every day that I loved him. I mean, when he found out he was sick, I needed to tell him, man, because we don't tell people we love them enough. You know what I mean? That's something that as human beings we need to work on because you're not promised tomorrow.
at least I did get to tell him I loved him one last time on Saturday.
Yeah,
I was not expecting.
it
I
was
was
so
expecting.
funny. I I did a live. What did I do? Oh, I did a Kevin Smith show with Adam. And before we started the show, I put him up, and I got a little mushy. I get a text the next day, fucking from David. He goes, "Bro, that was a little mushy, man," or I forget the words he used, but it made me laugh.
Oh, you
Yeah,
been a sissy lala over there. Oh,
I bet it was pretty cool.
man, yeah. He loved talking about that. He loved talking about when you guys got to meet, like when you guys came and saw him do his stuff. He, man,
Yeah,
he loved. He just loved.
he did. But there's one thing I never was able to get even with David yet. He made me watch the movie Incision, and I still hold that little grudge for making me watch that fucking movie. I would. I still can't believe he made me watch that. I remember texting. I was like, "What the fuck is this, David? Why are you making me watch this?" It was probably one of the most
Oh
gross
my god,
movies I ever seen.
that's hilarious, David. That's hilarious. That's amazing.
Just
That's-
the movies. We would bust each other's balls about the movies. He'd pick something I didn't like. I'd pick something he hated.
Oh,
And
he would talk. He would talk like, "Oh, I'm making Rich watch some gore this week."
mhm. And I don't do gore.
Because I know you don't like the gore. I know you. And that was like your thing. Like, I don't like gory movies. He'd be like, I'll make you to watch this. I was like,
Yeah,
that's up, bro.
he did. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I'm gonna miss our Wednesday nights. Gonna miss our talking wrestling. I'm gonna miss our just everything. You
so
know.
every day I wake up, I look for my
Yeah.
list, and it's just not there.
Yeah.
He would he would message me fucking paranormal shit for us to look into from the fucking hospital. That oh, bro,
Right.
you're supposed to be over there healing. Not
Yep.
can you breathe
You're right,
yet?
Chris.
No. Well, why are you fucking messaging
But
me this shit?
yeah, he sent me some trailer for some movie. I was like, bro, get off your phone and just relax. Get better. Yeah. Yeah, man. I and yeah, you know, especially when all the rich pixels would lose, and David would laugh about it. Yeah. Nate, we're gonna talk about that. Because I still want to do it, but we'll talk about that later. Um, and one of the things about meeting Dave was meeting you, man. Um,
Good. I'm
I
so
told
you
I told
found him.
David all the time, we got to get John back on the fucking show. I just love talking movies with him and just love his personality. And so I owe David your friendship.
Oh yeah, and it'll continue on, brother. And we'll stop in. When we start getting back things going, well, of course, we'll definitely keep in
Yeah.
touch and talk and text and all that good stuff. And
Thanks.
the Yankees are losing, bro. They're losing. They're going
Yeah.
down. They're going down. They're
I don't
it's
know.
they're gonna have the gentleman sweep going back to LA and get swept 4-1. It's called the gentleman sweep.
I'm kind of rooting for the Yankees. Kind of. I don't like either team,
No,
but
this is the worst World Series. I haven't had to deal with this bullshit since 1981, and these are my two most hated fucking teams in the MLB for me, and they're playing the World Series again. And unfortunately, they can't both lose. But I do like Mookie Betts.
Yeah,
I do like Shohei Ohtani. The man's just a fucking beast.
yeah.
And I wouldn't mind seeing them get that pennant, you know. There's nobody on the Yankees I like. The only Yankee I've truly liked that was a true Yankee was Don Mattingly. Ricky
Oh, I used to
Henderson
love
there. Ricky Henderson and Giambi both
the,
played there, but they're for me, they're both A's. They're not
yeah,
Yankees.
Jeter. I always respected Jeter.
Yeah. Yeah, he was okay.
I liked the way he played the game.
Oh, that's right. They play 3 games in Yankees. I forget they changed the format. It's not 2-2, 1-1, and 1 anymore. It's 2-3.
Yeah.
It's 2-3-2. Yeah, 2-3-2.
Well, John,
Yeah, yeah,
we should wrap it up.
yeah.
Um, I,
Let's wrap this up. I appreciate everybody joining in with us tonight.
you don't know how much it means to us, to Dave. How much it would mean to Dave to see how much you guys
How
loved him.
much? Yeah, and
Yeah. And his family. Remember, keep his family, his wife, his beautiful kids, his grandkids, in your thoughts and
in your heart.
prayers.
Don't ever forget this man. He's worth it.
Nate.
David, I'm so glad that you popped in, man.
Yeah. I never got a chance to meet you, but I heard him talk about you all the time, man. Sorry for your loss. He was a brother to me, man.
I know. I was hoping he got to meet her. Well,
He's with you guys, though.
He'll always be there, and he'll always watch out.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm definitely gonna be coming back and see all you guys again.
Yeah, I'm gonna drag him back to the face. Don't this isn't the last you see him because I'm gonna drag his ass to the Faces for Radio, and I might make him watch musicals. No, I don't know what I'll make him watch, but I'm gonna beg John to come on the Faces for Radio,
but
because the Faces for Radio
will continue. Spirits with Spirits will continue because Dave wouldn't want anything else. There'll always be an empty seat right fucking next to me.
Mm-hmm.
But we will continue. Don't know our exact dates for coming back. Dude, you should force it. The hardest thing is not coming on the show. The hardest thing is watching the fucking movies that he wants to talk about.
Yeah.
But we'll continue this adventure in Dave's memory.
Yeah, we love you, Dave.
We love you, Dave. Understatement. But Dave would love seeing all you guys here right now. And
he would. What's up, Huck?
Huck, nice to see you popping in.
Yeah, the Huckster, as David called you.
Yeah, but we will be back.
We will.
I appreciate everybody joining us here. Again, my love goes out to Vilna, David, Eric, Amanda, Kaylee.
Yeah.
I know what you guys meant to that man. And I'll be coming back sooner rather than later. Come see you guys all. And we'll smoke a tri-tip for your dad. And enjoy it, and bullshit about them, make fun of them.
Send me a picture of you guys together when you're out there.
Oh yeah, I think that was the thing that pisses me off the most, man. It's like he was here in February and I was out there in July, and I'm horrible with taking pictures in the moment. Horrible.
Yeah.
And I'm looking through my phone. I'm like, fuck, I got one picture of me and my brother, and it's fucking us doing the show. I'm like, what the hell? I'm gonna do that for my mom. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So, tell your mom I'm thinking about her and praying for her. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll be coming back sooner rather than later. So I love you guys. Love everybody that joined.
Yeah. We appreciate you guys. Thank you. God bless everyone. Take care.
I'm glad you
And
guys.
that's it.
Yeah, we're gonna get